Dogs have always amazed us with how much they understand the subtle way they react to our voice, the way they pick up on our routines, and the way they seem to read our emotions before we ever speak a word. But behind those bright eyes lies a mind far more powerful and complex than we give them credit for. Dog intelligence isn't a simple trait. It's a combination of memory, emotion, problem-solving, instinct, social awareness, and a deep sensitivity to human behavior. These elements blend together to create an animal capable of forming bonds, learning patterns, and navigating our world with surprising sophistication. Modern research isn't just proving that dogs are smart, it's revealing that their intelligence is uniquely adapted to understanding us. One of the first things scientists look at when studying dog intelligence is how dogs solve problems. When faced with a challenge, a door slightly open, a toy stuck under furniture, or a puzzle feeder, dogs use a mix of trial, memory, and observation to figure it out. Some tap into past experiences, others experiment with their paws or noses, and some immediately look toward humans, knowing that we can help. This ability to seek assistance is something wolves rarely do, which shows how deeply dogs have evolved to rely on human teamwork. Their intelligence isn't about independence, it's about collaboration. Dogs think with us, not just around us. But one of the most fascinating parts of canine intelligence is emotional understanding. Dogs can read facial expressions, sense shifts in mood, detect stress hormones through smell, and interpret subtle body movements with remarkable accuracy. If you've ever had a bad day and your dog quietly rested their head on your lap, that wasn't random. They're responding to emotional cues most animals can't detect. Studies show dogs' brains activate in ways similar to humans when exposed to emotional sounds. They don't simply see us, they feel us. Their emotional intelligence is part instinct, part learned behavior, and part evolutionary partnership. Memory also plays a powerful role in dog intelligence. Dogs don't replay events like a movie the way humans do, but they excel at associative memory, remembering patterns, environmental cues, and emotional experiences. They remember your routines, your footsteps, your tone, and even which actions lead to rewards or comfort. Some dogs can learn over 1,000 words, while others rely more heavily on tone and context. But all dogs remember emotional moments: the hand that fed them, the voice that comforted them, the place where they felt safe, the person who once scared them. Their memory is tied to survival, connection, and emotion. Another layer of their intelligence involves understanding human intention. This is extremely advanced, even more than some primates. If you point toward a hidden treat, most dogs immediately understand you're directing their attention. If you pretend to drop something, they'll investigate. If you walk toward the door, they anticipate your next move. Dogs evolved to observe us closely because their entire existence became tied to decoding what humans want, feel, and plan. This is why dogs make such amazing working partners. They don't just follow commands, they interpret purpose. Then there's social intelligence, which dogs possess in abundance. Within their own species and with ours, dogs understand rules, boundaries, play signals, and cooperation. In a play group, dogs take turns, adjust their strength based on size, and show signs of apology when they accidentally get too rough. At home, they learn what earns affection, what earns correction, and what keeps the household peaceful. This adaptability switching behavior based on situation is a sign of high cognitive flexibility. A dog knows how to act with a toddler, how to act with another dog, and how to act with their owner, and they shift seamlessly. A dog's nose is also a major part of their intelligence. Their sense of smell is not just a biological tool, it's a cognitive skill. Dogs can analyze layers of scent the way humans analyze written information. They can interpret emotions, track time through fading scent trails, detect illnesses, sense oncoming seizures, and even identify chemical changes in the human body. Their nose is a form of data processing that lets them read the world in ways humans will never be able to. A dog doesn't just smell that you were outside, they smell where you went, how long ago you returned, and what you felt at the time. Language processing is another impressive ability. Dogs analyze our speech using both left and right sides of their brain, one for emotional tone and one for meaning. Even if they don't understand every word, they decode patterns, tone, rhythms, and context to interpret what we're saying. That's why a dog can understand, "Do you want to go outside?" even if you whisper it. They aren't relying on vocabulary alone. They're reading emotional intention, routine, and the energy behind the words. Their intelligence is not linguistic in a human sense, but it is deeply perceptive. Memory and attention work together in fascinating ways. Dogs remember not only what happened, but also how it happened and who was involved. They recall the sound of your footsteps from rooms away, anticipate the timing of your morning coffee, and even know when you're about to leave the house. That level of situational awareness is a form of intelligence humans often overlook. Dogs are constantly tracking, observing, and calculating in ways we take for granted. They're not passive observers. They are active participants in the environment, learning every second. What truly sets dogs apart is how their intelligence is tied to relationship. Dogs don't just learn for themselves, they learn with us. Their drive to bond, cooperate, and understand is what makes their intelligence feel so emotionally warm and familiar. Unlike many animals, dogs don't crave dominance or survival above all else. They crave connection. Their intelligence evolved around trust, companionship, and shared experience. They succeeded not by overpowering the world, but by forming a partnership with humans that shaped both of our species. Researchers are discovering that dog intelligence is a distinct kind, a blend of instinct, emotion, cognition, and social awareness. It may not match human intelligence, but it doesn't need to. Dogs aren't trying to be human. Their intelligence is perfectly suited to the lives they lead: intuitive, emotional, responsive, adaptable, bonded. And maybe that's why their minds feel so special. They don't use their intelligence to build empires or solve equations. They use it to understand us, love us, communicate with us, and share a world with us. Even play reveals intelligence. When dogs engage in fetch, tug-of-war, or puzzle toys, they're not just having fun, they're learning cause and effect, practicing patience, and testing problem-solving skills. They monitor your reactions, adjust their actions to maintain interaction, and sometimes even improvise new strategies to succeed. Play is training disguised as fun, a natural way dogs exercise both their physical and mental abilities. And they love it. Every wag, leap, and bark a sign of active intelligence at work. Dogs also demonstrate self-awareness in subtle ways. They notice when they are being observed, they can manipulate situations to achieve desired outcomes, and some can even recognize themselves in reflective surfaces or track their own scent trails. While dogs may not possess the same level of self-reflective consciousness as humans, their awareness of how their actions influence the world around them is remarkable. They act with purpose, anticipate reactions, and adapt strategies, signs of high-level cognition. Observation is key. Dogs watch our gestures, facial expressions, and body language constantly. They notice when we frown, sigh, or shift our posture. They detect patterns in our movements, routines, and moods. That observation allows them to predict outcomes, respond with empathy, and even guide our behavior in subtle ways. A dog who sits by your side when you're sad, nudges you when you hesitate, or barks to alert you of unseen danger isn't random. It's intelligence in action, built on centuries of evolution alongside humans. And here's a fascinating fact. Dogs remember past experiences with humans across years. A dog who had a negative encounter with someone may show caution even after a long time, while a dog treated kindly will remain loyal and affectionate for life. That long-term memory combines with emotional learning to create a cognitive map of their social world. Dogs remember not just objects or locations, but relationships, trust levels, and patterns of behavior. Their intelligence is relational, rooted in experience, and finely tuned to social contexts. Problem-solving with tools is another sign of advanced cognition. Some dogs learn to open doors, manipulate levers, or even figure out complex puzzle features. They combine memory, observation, and reasoning to achieve a goal. And the amazing part? They often do this while keeping humans in the loop, looking to see if you approve, assisting, or anticipating your role. This cooperative problem-solving demonstrates that dog intelligence isn't solitary, it's social, relational, and interactive. Emotional regulation is also tied to intelligence. Dogs learn to manage excitement, anxiety, and stress based on context and human feedback. A dog that waits patiently for dinner, refrains from barking during a guest's arrival, or restrains itself from jumping onto strangers has not just obedience, it has learned emotional self-control. Their brains are continuously calculating, adjusting, and refining behavior based on observation and experience. Emotional intelligence in dogs is inseparable from cognitive intelligence. Scent tracking, memory, problem-solving, social awareness, empathy. These abilities combine to create what scientists now call canine cognition, a field dedicated to understanding the mind of dogs. Each new study adds another layer to the story. Dogs anticipate seizures before they occur, detect subtle emotional shifts, smells, locate missing persons using scent, and even understand hundreds of spoken words. Their intelligence may not be human-like, but it is profoundly effective in navigating both their world and ours. Even subtle behaviors, like tilting their head when we speak, adjusting paw placement, or choosing to stay close during moments of tension, are forms of intelligence. Dogs constantly assess, calculate, and respond to cues. Their actions may appear cute or instinctual, but they are rooted in deep cognitive processes. They are thinking, learning, and interacting on multiple levels: social, emotional, and practical, all at once. Dogs also communicate intentionally with humans. Barking, whining, pawing, and gaze following are not random. They use these behaviors to influence outcomes, elicit attention, and coordinate with us. A dog who brings a toy to you is demonstrating foresight and an understanding of human motivation. They are aware that certain actions trigger desired responses. This is intelligence expressed socially, a combination of cause and effect reasoning, memory, and empathy. And perhaps the most remarkable aspect of dog intelligence is the way it is inseparable from their bond with humans. A dog's greatest cognitive ability may be their ability to read, adapt to, and cooperate with the people they love. They learn not only to survive, but to thrive emotionally and socially in our presence. Their intelligence is relational, embedded in companionship, and finely tuned to human behavior. Without humans, their intelligence would be different, but alongside us, it shines. The science of dog intelligence shows that dogs aren't just pets or companions. They are evolved social partners, skilled problem solvers, emotional interpreters, and loyal collaborators. Their brains combine instinct, memory, observation, empathy, and reasoning in ways uniquely tailored to life with humans. And every wag, nudge, bark, or thoughtful gaze is a window into that intelligence, one that we are only beginning to fully understand. Finally, the more we study dogs, the clearer it becomes. Their intelligence is not measured by academic tests or abstract puzzles. It is measured in connection, cooperation, empathy, and the remarkable way they have learned to live alongside another species, humans, for thousands of years. Their mind is not just clever, it is relational, adaptive, and profoundly tuned to love, loyalty, and understanding.